time for Around the Ozarks in 5, brought to you by Adventure Cave Tours. Live a day in the life of a real adventurer with Adventure Cave Tours. And the Springfield Greene County Park Board, reminding you to go play. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Forhetz.
Hey, good morning. Hope you're having a great Thursday so far, up early. And yes, the hurricane did hit. So Ethan is still in Florida in the relief zone with Convoy of Hope, doing some good there. And yeah, so we have Diana Tyndall again. I'm so excited to have you. Thank you so much for your
welcome.
time. Yes,
You're welcome.
seriously.
Diana and the dogs today. So
yeah, and the dogs. I think I just saw
back.
one walk behind you. I like it.
Yeah.
Mine is at my feet right now. It's where she often is. So, all right, we'll get to some news for you. Now that Missouri's ban is in place, barring providers from gender affirming care, the Attorney General has issued a harsh cease and desist warning for all doctors, especially those who are disagreeing with this ban, to halt care or else. The law blocks access to puberty blockers, hormones, and gender-affirming surgeries for those under 18. Also, Medicaid will no longer cover such treatments for adults. Doctors who violate this law face revoked licenses and up to $500,000 in damages if they get sued by patients. The AG, Andrew Bailey, said, quote, "The time for experimenting on Missouri's children is over."
Well, moving on to other stories, because I could say a lot about that, but I won't.
Yes.
The Bodark police, or not police. Oh my goodness. Can I start over? The Bodark post office.
There you go.
Is no more. Yeah. Sorry.
I think it's funny that you messed up the
that
word post, but you got Bodark right.
Right. I'm fired. That's it.
You nailed Bodark, which no one else would. And then you messed up the word post. It's fine.
The Bodark post office is no more. It was destroyed by a fire Tuesday night. Apparently a mail truck, it backed into a power line, which sparked a fire in the building. No word on what's next for it. We will, of course, on Around the Ozarks, Sarah and Ethan will keep you posted as we learn more.
I know. I'm interested. I mean, I assume that they rebuild because it has a post office. I mean, every town does, or not every town, but most of them do. And Bodark is small, but mighty. So yeah.
Where they got to drive to drop off their mail. I mean,
I guess
Willard mailbox.
Yeah, it's out there in that neck of the woods. So, all right. Well, Missouri could see more in the ways of TV shows, movies, concerts coming to the state. 2 new bills are hoping to give Missouri a competitive edge for arts and entertainment whenever producers are looking for places to go shoot their stuff. So that's exciting. The governor pointing out that Missouri offers a lot of very good backdrops. In the Ozarks, you can find the very rural setting, the outdoorsy setting, the river setting, the entertainment setting in Branson, the urban city dwelling setting in St. Louis or Kansas City. So you name it, you can find what you're looking for in Missouri. And to that end, they are making it cheaper to do entertainment business here. The bill gives production companies the ability to spend more money using tax credit to cut out as much as 30% from their expenses.
Wow, that's a big deal. I think the only thing we don't have in Missouri is a desert.
We do not have any deserts, do we?
No desert landscapes, but we got everything else, I feel like.
Yes, it's true. No arid climates here, right? No, it's way too humid. You're right. Yeah, good call. Anything else, though? We're your guy, you know?
Yeah. Yep. Show me state. We'll show you. Well, Springfield Public Schools and the state's High School Activities Association are both being sued by a student who transferred from Kickapoo High School to Glendale and thus lost a year of eligibility, costing him his senior season of football. Kylan Mabins says it's costing him a possible future college career. And the law states that if you law states that you do have to sit out a year upon moving schools. But Mavens said that he left not because of the sport, but rather because he was dealing with repeated acts of racial discrimination amongst other hurdles. However, Misha says he left because of undue influence from a Glendale coach. Now the courts will decide. A judge is expected to rule on the case in the next 48 hours. So we'll hear something soon.
Yeah, that is interesting. I mean, the rule is the rule, but I think the thing that the judge will be weighing is the reason why he left. So there's a lot of investigation that will have to take place there.
I
So,
didn't
but he
even
said he's going to be making a quick decision. So maybe, I mean, obviously they've already been looking at it.
Well, and that's got to be such a hard decision if you're a high school athlete and you are in a place that you really don't want to be, but you're not going to move schools because of that, right? So, just very interesting.
It is. Yeah, that's hard, man. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it turns out. Also, if there is like precedent elsewhere in the state, there probably is.
Yeah.
So that's another thing that I don't know the answer to, but the judge certainly does.
Yeah.
So,
They probably heard it.
um, yeah, we'll keep you posted on that. All right, starting next week, Narcan can be purchased over the counter. It's in response to America's opioid addiction crisis. Narcan, of course, is the antidote to an overdose that you take if you have overdosed on some sort of opioid. It costs $45 per carton, which comes with 2 doses of the nasal spray. And by next week, it should be available at most any pharmacy.
Wow. That's an awesome thing. And at the same time, I'm thinking, well, I don't want people to just justify bad behavior by
Right.
being able to get Narcan. So
Yes.
we shall
My
see.
sister,
Well,
my youngest sister, I've got a lot of sisters, but my youngest one trained people on how to properly use it. So I don't know. I think, yeah, the accessibility is good, but you're right. Like also it's a hard thing when you know it's there, like when you know there's a safety net. I do feel like
mhm.
there's probably a different, or maybe you're not even
Mhm.
thinking along those lines. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah,
if
I
you're
mean,
a
it's like a
user,
safety net.
abuser, you're not, but yeah, like if you have a
Well,
safety net, you do behave differently
mhm.
than if you're saying this could literally kill me. Like you think about that differently, you know?
Well, it's like children with like water wings and they jump into a pool and then when they don't have the water wings on, like there's been cases of drowning because these kids feel like it totally separate subject obviously. But a similar example in that the safety net of the kids that are used to having this, safety contraption, right?
Yes.
So they go and do it and then, you know,
Yeah.
it
Um,
ends tragically. So
yes. That actually,
interesting.
when Griffin, my now 10-year-old, when he was like 3, he did that at the OC in Ozark, jumped in after he took off his water wings because he like forgot that he
Oh
had
my
taken them
goodness.
off. And my friend Clay, who was like fully clothed, had to like reach in and like scoop him up and grab him.
Oh my goodness, how
Um,
scary.
but it's yes,
It's
it's a
that
safety
safety
net.
net,
Like,
like
yeah,
thinking you're okay. Yeah.
right.
Okay, so just don't do drugs. Don't need to use
Seriously, it
Narcan.
is horribly sad.
Yeah.
Horribly sad.
Well, moving on to other things, Drury University is on the hunt for a new CFO as the current chief financial officer, Rob Fridge, has left the university. Drury says Fridge is leaving to pursue other opportunities and spend more time with his family. His first stint as an employee with Drury started in 2008. And I think that's an admirable thing to do.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Ozark schools are also looking for a new superintendent. The district is even seeking parents and community input for what qualities they'd like to see in a new leader. The hope is to host interviews before winter break, and former superintendent Chris Baum retired in June, saying that he too wanted to spend more time with his family. I think we see a theme going on.
Yeah.
Lots of family time, which is very special.
Yeah. And obviously very demanding positions, whether it's at the college level or the high school level. So,
Absolutely. Yep.
yeah. All right. If you're traveling for Labor Day weekend, you are not alone. Already, America has seen its busiest summer ever for air travel. That's interesting. This weekend, no exception. TSA is expecting an 11% increase in air travelers for the holiday compared to last year. 14 million people are scheduled to fly between Friday and Wednesday, assuming that Hurricane Idalia doesn't ruin their travel plans.
Well, let's hope not.
Let's
Well,
hope not.
I hope you set an alarm. Did you set your alarm?
I did. Yes, I did.
Did you see it last night?
I
What
saw it
what you
last
guys are
night. We were driving home from church. You know, it's interesting
people are like,
because
"What? What did you see?" The
the
super
moon.
blue moon. Okay, we're talking about something very legal.
Yes, to be honest with you, I did not feel like the moon looked that blue. It looked bigger to me. It looked brighter to me. I could see the blue in the moon, but if I didn't know to be looking for that, I wouldn't have even noticed the blue. I would have just called it like a regular moon.
Yeah.
So, did you see it?
I couldn't see it from our house. I set the alarm, it went off, and I looked all around
just, yeah.
And it must have been covered by trees.
Light pollution, trees,
So,
clouds, all of these things can
yeah,
get in the way. Yeah, we saw it loud and clear on the way home, but I don't know. I was like, it's not.
underwhelming.
It was a little underwhelming because I wanted it to be blue. Like I was
Right.
expecting blue,
Blue moon.
you know?
And want
And
to
I
sing that
always say
song,
once
right?
in a blue moon. I always like say the phrase, So I was really excited. So, yeah,
Well,
by the way, if you missed it last night, you cannot see it again until 2037.
yeah, that's going to be a bit.
You got a bit to wait. Maybe Jesus is coming back before that too. So like I don't know if we're ever gonna make it to 2037.
We shall see.
Yes. All right. Evangel University has been recognized as the #1 best college in Springfield by Niche and named #2 best Christian college in Missouri. Plus, they were ranked in the top 20% of Christian colleges nationally. Niche features in-depth profiles on every school and college in America and is recognized as a market leader in connecting the institutions with students and families. I had to look them up because I was not familiar with the website, but apparently it's reputable and it has all kinds of rankings and information on it about different universities across the country.
Well, it's my alma mater. So, yeah, you. We like that
Wait,
thing
you
you
went
do.
to Evangel?
Yes.
How
didn't know
did
this?
I not know that? No. Mm-mm.
Well, you must
I
have
don't
not
think I knew
asked
that.
me that question before.
Yeah.
Majored in communications, emphasis in broadcasting. So thank you for allowing me to pursue
Living the
this
dream right
broadcasting
now.
degree.
Hello. That is so great. I had an emphasis in broadcast, but I actually in college, if you would have said, what are you going to do? I would have told you, this is what I would have said. I will be the governor someday.
You did? You know what I
Yes.
said in college?
What?
I said I wanted to be a news anchor.
That's hilarious.
And
Yep.
and that never happened. Obviously, I mean, maybe a little bit now, but
Yeah, look at you now. I mean, hello, that's exactly what you're doing. Yeah, I thought I would be a governor.
funny.
I went to work for a
Wow.
senator. His name was Tom Coburn, in Washington, D.C., lived on Capitol Hill. And it was just, I mean, it was an awesome experience, but it was there in D.C. that I thought, I think I'm going to go the journalism route. And so then I
Wow.
ended up studying both broadcasting and political science. Still love political science, love politics.
Yeah. You would make a good
but-
governor. I mean, if you decide to do that later in life, but
That's funny. I am a
would
person
vote for
who
you.
is strong on my convictions. But sometimes I'm very like black and white.
or blunt.
And I do think that you kind of have to be, I'm a little too blunt for that, perhaps.
It's okay. I like that.
Yeah. I might get fired on day 2. So I don't know. But funny that you went to Evangel and majored in
Fun fact.
broadcasting.
Yep. Actually, when I went there, I wanted to be a nurse, like a medical missionary. And then I realized you had to have a BS instead of BA. And my dad is a doctor. And he's like, I think you might want to choose a different career path.
That's hilarious. If you
So-
asked Ethan, he would not want our children to study news and journalism. I think it's the funnest career ever because I don't like to be at a desk and I like to be in the field and I like to meet new people and I am an adrenaline junkie. So I'm like, what about that is not appealing to you? And he's
Right.
like, it's just a lot of loneliness. There's a lot of moving. And I mean, he's lived in 6 states and
Well, yeah. I mean, he has a different perspective, I'm sure, but
yes.
yeah, good to know.
So anyway, it's just funny how, parents either push their children
One way or
toward their
another.
field or very far away from it. Yeah. That's
Well,
funny.
my sister made up for it because she's a nurse. So we kept the
Oh,
medical
really?
thing in the family.
Yeah. Well, and you're in communications basically.
Yes. Uh-huh. Yep.
Marketing,
Yep.
but still that's comms.
Yep. It's paid off.
I love it. I love that you're doing you're living the dream right now on Around the Ozarks and 5. Yes.
Well, thanks.
Which is literally never gone for 5 minutes. It's always gone over, but we try to stay in increments of 5. That's what we decided early on.
We're going on 14 minutes and 26
Yep.
seconds.
There we go. Yeah. We'll wait till we hit 15 and then we'll wrap. Okay. Well, thank you so much for your time. Happy Thursday, everyone. We are one day closer to the weekend. It's going to be soon and very soon. So, all right. Have a great day, Diana. Thank you.
You too, Sarah. Bye.
All right. See ya. Bye.